Go.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Nickel City Hot Takes. Man, what a game. What a perfect game. But we'll get into that. Your humble host here, Brian, and other
Humble?
side of the screen.
Humble?
Not. Well, we're not going to be humble today.
Humble?
Well, we ain't going to be humble
There's
today.
no humble here, no.
Strap in, sit tight, get ready, because there is no humble bone in either of our bodies today.
The pettiness levels will be all-time high.
And speaking over there, on the other side of the screen is our co-host and producer extraordinaire, Angel. I think you got something for the people. Say hi to him.
I have a little introduction for all of you. Sit back, relax, and listen to these fun words that I have for you here. So this is from The Athletic. This was a recap of the Buffalo Bills game, but the intro of this game or this article caught my eye. Get ready for this one.
I'm ready.
It was 4 degrees in Highmark Stadium, 17 in Nuuk, Greenland, 27 degrees in Moscow, and 13 degrees in Nome, Alaska. The temperature was about 50 degrees where the Buffalo Bills left the New England Patriots. That is the year-round temperature of 6 feet on the ground. Get it?
I get it. Do you get it, people?
That was just. I saw that intro. I'm like, that's perfect.
It is perfect.
It's poetic. It's perfect.
Yeah, it's poetry in motion.
Because not only it represents how accurate what happened, and you also get to learn something.
Yes.
That's constantly 50 degrees, 6 feet on the ground.
And
Where
all of you people know we are about education on this podcast.
Yes, very much, very much. And now you know where the Patriots lie.
Figuratively speaking, of course. But yeah, their spirits, their on-field spirits are definitely that far, maybe even a little bit further. Not only did we put the Patriots on notice that they're done, not only did we put an exclamation point on that, offensively and defensively, I'm sure it would have been special teams too if they even got a chance to. But we put the entire league on notice with that win. This is not a defense that's a chump defense by any standards. This is the number 2 defense in the entire NFL.
Behind us, where they belong.
Behind us where they belong. But all that aside, top ranked defense. And the Buffalo Bills scored a touchdown on 7 straight drives.
Mm-hmm. You know what, Brian? I was gonna hold off on pointing out the stats, but I'm going to give you the most absurd stats you're ever gonna hear. Now, this is not just stats of the day. This is not stats of the week. This is not stats of the year. This is stats of the freaking decade of all time, probably. Let's let's get let's get it. So I obviously this is not I'm not responsible for this list of absurd things I've just seen. Z bot at Z Zach B 22 Buffalo Fanatic host tweet this, and I can't get over this. Anyway, let's point it out real quick. I have it right on my phone, and I'm gonna read it out to y'all. Okay,
Yeah, let's hear it.
all right. Absurd stats from last night. So, some of them are obvious and some of them are not. Josh Allen had more touchdowns than incompletions. Fact. 1 in every 5 throws that Josh Allen had was a touchdown. All 5 of Josh Allen's touchdowns came in the play action, most ever.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen's 98.5 QBR was the best postseason QBR since 06.
Fact.
Josh Allen nearly averaged 15 yards per completion. Josh Allen's 84% completion percentage was the career high. Josh Allen's 5 touchdowns is the postseason's Bills record. He did it in negative degree weather. Josh Allen lasted 9 seconds in the pocket on his first touchdown to Knox. And he also admitted that he just threw it away.
Lies. I do not call that a truth. That is fiction.
The longest time a quarterback has held the ball in the playoffs was 3 seconds.
Yeah, he tripled that.
This was the worst playoff loss in Bill Belichick's career. His entire career.
What's up, Fuji? What's up, Jennifer?
What's that? All of 3 of Bill Belichick's worst career losses came against the Bills. Last night, and earlier this year, and some other time back in 2000s. Bill Belichick never coached a game where he did not allow a punt. The Bills did it twice, including that day. Bills are the first team in history to go a full game without punting and kicking a field goal or a turnover in the playoffs. Bills are the first team in NFL history to score a touchdown in 7 straight drives. Ever. Not in these playoffs. Ever. Bills average above 9 yards per play. Most ever in playoff history. Bills scored the second most points scored in the playoffs in franchise history. The Bills never faced a single 4th down. That is the one. That's the stat right there that really gets me going. Never faced a single 4th down. Okay, not done yet.
He's not done yet, Patriots fans.
30-point margin of victory was the second biggest in Bills' playoff history. Okay. Singletary's 2 touchdowns is the most by a running back in a playoff game for the Bills in over 20 years. Josh Allen did not throw a single incompletion pass in the second half of the game.
Are you done yet?
No.
Uh-huh.
Josh Allen pulled one of the most proficient, prolific performances in NFL history.
Now are you done?
Oh, based on... Yeah.
He's done. Reading through the comments, yeah. The Patriots got wrecked. Go Bills. Absolutely. Wrecked is putting it nicely.
Mm-hmm.
This was an absolute annihilation against a top-ranked defense.
Mm-hmm.
They were obliterated, destroyed, beaten, stomped into the ground, demolished. Put whatever synonym you want in for those words. That's what happened to the New England Patriots defense. Their team, their coaching staff, and their souls in this game. They didn't just get beat physically. They got beat mentally, emotionally, spiritually, however else you want to call it.
The Holy Ghost left them.
I mean, damn. Was it fun being a Bills fan on Sunday night?
Look, this game was the epitome of 20 years of the Patriots dominating. And no, I'm not going to say it's completely their fault. It's our fault too. Our team sucked. We did nothing to do. We did nothing to compete with them, and they kind of just took advantage of it. But here's the thing: when we can't get petty about, when there's times for them to cool the brakes or whatever, you beat down a team that's already down as it is, and then then you gloat about it. How many times did the Patriots just just score the living crap out of us every time we go against them. They just rack up the board over and over and over. And we dealt with that for so long. All the heartbreak, all that stuff. All of that was accumulated. All that stuff was just packed into a ball, put into a pillow bag or whatever, a pillowcase, and beat the living crap out of it for and it just kept on doing it over and over in the national stage, just kept on beating the living crap out of the Patriots over and over and over. 7 consecutive touchdown drives.
And normally, like, you see teams that are up by 20, 30 points in the third quarter. They kind of let off the brakes a little bit. They slow down, coast to victory. Uh-uh. This is what Angel's talking about. This is what he's describing vividly for you. This, and not only, just to add to what he was saying, was it the Patriots' dominance over the Bills, but they are division rivals. We hate them naturally. And we had to watch them win, 6 Super Bowls at the same time and go to the playoffs every year? So you throw that in with their dominance over us, and you stuff that into Angel's figurative pillow, and
Then
you can
add the
watch.
disrespect of what I said in the last podcast about how they use audibles. They'll make custom audibles just for this game, just to make fun of us. This and that. 30 years of pure disrespect.
It was unleashed.
And
And
and the greatest part, I think the greatest part about it is that we had a coach that understood that. And I think I think McDermott started to gain the hatred for the Bills when we lost that first game,
for the Patriots.
when he couldn't give credit to Bill Belichick. You know why? Because Belichick does not deserve credit. McDermott knew that.
Yeah.
It
I
took.
said it.
Go ahead.
I said it after the last game that the Bills beat the Patriots in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
That team has no business being on the same field as us.
Mm-hmm.
It was the first game was a fluke. We all know what happened. We're not gonna beat a dead horse.
I'm gonna say a complete fact right here. Listen, Patriots fans, I'm gonna look right at you dead in the fucking eye right now. It literally takes Mother Nature to intervene for you guys to have a chance at beating us, and you did. You almost lost with Mother Nature in your side. Just saying. It takes that much for you guys to try to even get a chance at beating us. You need Mother Nature. You need typhoon-like conditions. You need a literal typhoon to come into the freaking stadium to get a chance to win.
Yeah, like that's like an act of God. Like they have like different scenarios where you can miss work, blah 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 blah. Next, act of God. That was your act of God.
Yeah. That's what it takes. That's what it takes for the Patriots to get a win on the Bills this year. That's what it took.
And to piggyback off of Angel's comment about Coach McDermott realizing the history of this rivalry, and what transpired in that victory this Sunday, he didn't just beat them and knock them out of the playoffs. No. He set the tone for years to come. Do you really think a team is going to be able to forget a beatdown like that? An embarrassing beatdown like that? You have as in the Patriots, you have a top ranked defense. That's something you can hang your hat on. Defense wins championships. Just so happens you came up against a juggernaut offense who has a better defense. And I haven't even touched on the fact that your quarterback sucks, but we'll get into that. It's just there's nothing you can do. You are a lesser team. Even your god level coach Bill Belichick could not. He didn't have an answer for Josh Allen. He didn't have an answer for the game plan that Coach McDermott
yeah.
brought to the table.
We set
Josh
this.
Allen, yeah.
No, we set this early this year. You're going to deal with years of torment. All the years of torment that we went through, now it's your turn.
Yep, we've been saying that.
We said that multiple times. There's actually an article in the Athletic right now. First truly disappointing season. Millennial and Gen Z Patriot fans get the rare taste of old time misery. Get the red jerseys out.
Mhm.
Like you tell you, like they're watching us because I think I said that multiple times, didn't I not?
We both said that.
Did I
multiple
not say
times.
bring out the red jerseys because that was the worst time for a Patriots fan.
Mm-hmm.
They watch Miami and us just completely dominate the AFC while they just sat and be mediocre for decades. Decades. And if you want to keep your quarterback, go right ahead. You know what's gonna happen.
I love Mac Jones.
Good. I love Mac Jones. I
As
love him.
Bills fans, we
Keep
love
him.
Mac Jones.
Keep him. Keep him. He's more interested in the cold whatever vapors coming out of his mouth than the actual game. Guy's like a freaking puppy or something like that. Just like, yeah. Oh. There's already a video of John McDaniels trying to coach him, and he's just blowing out, doing that. Oh my god, they're so screwed. Anyways,
I love you, Mac Jones.
yeah, you're freaking fantastic, amazing, just so good, so good. Please stay with them forever.
And
Look,
not to toot our own horns or anything, but if you look back into the last podcast, we predicted. I mean, we didn't predict this. We'll just put that out there.
I did
But
not
we
predict the
predicted.
yeah.
We predicted this game was going to be a blowout. We said we were going to dominate. We said we were going to hang 40 on them. I'm pretty sure I got that.
Yep.
But damn. But talk to him about the perfect game.
Okay. So essentially, this is why it's a perfect game. So, here's the thing about the magnitude of this game. It's a playoff game against your division rival, right? And it's in damn near negative degree weather. Okay. So, you think it'll be a competitive game running this and that. And little do we know that now analysts are calling this the NFL equivalent to a perfect game. Now, why is it a perfect game? I'll tell you. No, again, there's three big things to make it a perfect game. 0 first downs, no punts, and score in every drive. You did all three.
Or touchdowns on every drive.
Well, yeah, touchdowns in every drive. Not just score, but touchdowns in every drive. No field goals, no punts. You scored a touchdown every drive. You did not let a fourth down happen. There hasn't been a game like that ever. Ever. And yet our team did it.
There's no other way to emphasize this fact.
Yeah.
The stats show it. There's no better way to say it. Perfect game.
Perfect game. It was a perfect game against a number 2 defense. Let's really, really dive into that. A perfect game against the number 2 defense of the league. Oh, it could be number 1. You know why? We're number 1.
Sorry. Not sorry.
Perfect game was done in a playoff scenario. Everyone says the playoff is a whole new animal. And it is.
That's a Bill Belichick coach team.
Perfect game. Against
Is this your leader? Or what is he saying, Black Panther?
Oh yeah, I forgot the
Is,
quote, but yeah.
is this your hero? Is this your king?
Mm-hmm.
That we were Michael B. Jordan in that
Yeah,
fight.
so we are not Black Panther in that scenario.
No,
No, we were not.
we were Michael B. Jordan in that fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were very much that. Yeah. Is this it? Oh, well, look, it's Let's get the stats real quick.
Yeah.
let's get the stats. I already broke down some stats already, but let's get to some stats.
We'll further illustrate this for you. Not we always do the stats for you, but we'll just go ahead and further illustrate why this was such a beatdown with these stats.
Yeah. So okay, let's go with the Patriots.
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones. Oh my god. Oh Jesus. Oh my god. I'm just like shaking my head. Anyways, so let's start with the Patriots. Mackie Joys, McCorkle Jones, all of these nicknames that he has. McCorkle, 24 for 38, 232, 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Good job, boy. Good job, boy. You did good. You did good. Stay with the Patriots. Rushing yards. Oh yeah, they're gonna run over us, boy. Oh, she's 200 yards at least. 30 yards for 9 carries. Just
Ouch.
Ouchies. Kim Bourne, 7 for 77, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, that's all right. On the other side, 21 for 20 freaking 5 for 308 yards and 5 tutties. Josh freaking Allen. Just taking out the hose and just whacking everyone in the face with them left and right. Just like, oh man. Singletary. Oh boy. Singletary. Mulder. Oh boy. Mulder. 16 carries for 81 yards. 2 tutties. He earned both of them. So hardcore. Like, just, he earned them.
He's a beast.
And receiving 5 reception for 89 yards, 2 tutties. Dawson Knox, baby. So,
yeah, he's all right.
That's our freaking running back, indeed. Time possession, 31 minutes. It was, it's about even, give or take, for possession. Seeing that we scored in like minutes, quickly. This is whatever. I forgot to mention some things in the the perfect game too. 0 turnovers and 0 sacks. 0 turnovers, 0 sacks, 0 fourth downs, touchdown on 7 consecutive drives. I mean,
what else can you say?
What can you say? I mean, honestly, just whoo.
Josh freaking Allen.
Jesus, like, I just. Anyways,
be afraid. Be very afraid, Kansas City. But we'll get to you soon.
But yeah, 4th down efficiency, 0 for 0. 3rd down efficiency. You want to know about that one? You want to know how many 3rd downs we got? 6 for 6.
Woo.
So
that's perfect.
That's 100%. Perfect. I mean, yeah, technically it's 6 for 7, but it was a kneel down. I'm not. Let's be honest.
Counts that.
6 for 6. Perfect game. Perfect games. Penalties. Let's talk about penalties. Josh Allen. Not Josh Allen. The Patriots fans always want to talk about penalties. 4 penalties in the whole entire game. 4. Go ahead. Point out out of the 2 penalties that you got. Both teams got 2. Point out one of those penalties that's going to change the game, change your 30-point deficit to 24-point deficit. Go ahead. I'll wait.
You've been waiting a while.
Yeah, a very long time. Is that gonna make is that gonna make a difference at all? No, zero, nothing. Anyways, so yeah, yards per play 8.9. That's freaking insane. That is insane. That's stupid. That's stupid.
It takes 10 yards to get a first down, and we're getting 9 on every play.
The average for Allen is 12.2. 12.2. Listen, Linda. Listen. You can't make that crap up.
I'm going to find every single Patriots fans page and just like post this to their page just so I can rub it in a little bit more.
12.2 yards per play. Per pass play. Average.
Pats Nation, stand up.
Well, sit down. Stay down. Where you belong.
Stand up, Pats Nation. Where you at?
It's honestly, I don't freaking know. What can you do? What can you do?
There's us, number 1 defense. There's them, number 2. We'll get to Kansas City. I got all those stats for you coming up. We're still on New England.
So, get the stats out of the way. We talked about the perfect game. We talked about 20 years of tournament. There's things around the game too. Things surrounding the game. So, full capacity stadium. Full capacity stadium.
Sell out.
They were talking about how freaking, you got tickets coming over and this and that, you have available tickets. What happened, Bills Mafia? Blah blah blah. And like, you know what I think it was? I think it's a little secret. I think what happened is Bills Mafia purposely made these tickets available just to get like Patriots fans to buy tickets. I'm like, you know what? Let's sell our tickets. Patriots fans come over, and then they'll because mind you, these tickets are in the nosebleeds, so it's even colder. So go ahead, send them up there, so they can be miserable for 4 freaking quarters, or we can watch them leave. And you know what happens then? You don't want to know what happens then. You don't want to You do not know what happens then. Me and Brian did to freaking Dolphins fan Daryl in stadium. You don't think these fans will do it to you when you leave? Oh boy. They're gonna think we're Philly fans the way we've been treating them. That's how bad it probably would have been for them. You thought you could come in our house. It was a trap, dude. You got trapped. You got baited.
You have been had.
You've been had. You were forced to watch Josh Allen just whip his metaphorical penis left and right in people's faces. You got smacked.
Oh man, that's good.
I had to. I'm sorry. I try to hold myself back, but no, I can't. No. You got slapped in the face. Yeah. It wasn't even pretty.
That was a flex move.
So I have
that, and to add on to what he's saying there with the ticket sales, we're not gonna let every Bills fan off the hook. There's a lot of them that didn't want to go out in the elements. Some people don't handle the cold as well as others. That's fine.
That's fine. It's understandable. It's understandable.
Apparently, though, the New England Patriots can handle the cold, practice in the cold. I even posted a video on our Facebook page of Bill Belichick saying that's why we practice in this bleep. Before the game happened, I posted that. How'd that work out for you, Bill?
How'd that work out for you? I think you need more practice, buddy.
Yeah, you might want to do 2-a-days out there in the cold. Then that might help you out.
Yeah.
Best coach ever, right there, Bill Belichick.
Best coach ever.
Got scrimmaged.
It's oh my god. So okay, I guess we have to talk about the game. I don't think we talked about the game at any point in this thing. I think we talked about everything around the game. Anyway,
I'm gonna make this really hard for you right now. I'm gonna make this really, really hard for you.
Okay.
I need your favorite play of the game. One. I don't want to hear any other mention of any other play. I need your favorite play of the game.
By the way, comment section, you tell me what's your favorite play of the game. Only one.
Yes.
Only one.
Yes.
And if you're watching this from Facebook in the future, welcome future. You also put in the comments what is your favorite play of the game. Just favorite play of the game. I will have to say the Micah Hyde interception. I'm going to say the Micah Hyde interception. This is why.
Becky agrees with you.
Yes. The Micah Hyde interception. I'm going to tell you why it's a Micah Hyde interception. That interception, it's impressive what he did in that interception. So he's in the opposite side of the field. Remember, Poyer's in one side, and then Hyde's in the other. That's how it works. That's how that's how safety tandems work. One covers one side, one covers the other, right? So picture that in your head. He's in one side, Poyer's in the other side. Poyer's covering him, covering his dude, which is the one that we thought was going to be a touchdown. Turn out, Poyer ran from the other side of the field, 15 yards away, to save his buddy Poyer, and apparently his intention was to bat it down, but he apparently looked up for 1 second, caught the ball, and that's it. He wasn't even intending to catch it. That was not his intention. He was just going to go over there to help. Looked up, caught it. That's it. Literally, that play signified pretty much the whole entire game and what was to come. Okay. Oh, Mac Jones, nice deep pass. Oh, it's actually a really good play. Not gonna lie, really good pass. And got swiped right in front of you. And then that really just took the whole pace of the game and just carried on to the very last second of the game.
I want to add something that might take a little bit away because as it was a pretty good pass, I don't want to say great for this reason. That wide receiver had Levi Wallace beat. If Mac Jones lasers that downfield in front of his receiver, probably a touchdoome.
But Brian, how would he do that if he doesn't have an arm?
Love you, Mac Jones.
I mean, he can't do that, Brian.
I love you, Mac Jones. You're my boy.
This is what we've been saying all year. Mac Jones can't pass far. He doesn't have an arm. So why would we expect him to do that? Come on, Brian. You know better than that. Anyways, that interception signified the whole entire game. Snatched the little hope you had left. The little tiny bit of hope you had left. It was that close. That close. And you snatched it right off your face. That easily. Just snatched it right out of your face. That's it. Just continue the rest of the game is just like we're gonna take everything from you. Everything from you. We're gonna post the worst game you ever went through in your life. That's it.
And it happened.
Snatched it. That's it. Over.
That's what that play did. I couldn't agree more.
And also the fact that it was a freaking crazy play. The fact that you just ran from one side of the field to the other side of the field, then caught the ball
and stayed in
bounds. And my worry was that it was actually going to be on the 1 yard line. Again, this is freaking Micah Hyde. He's smart. He took that right into the end zone. Well, their end zone or our end zone, I guess. So he can make it a touchback or whatever. It's like that whole sequence was just like perfect. Loved it.
Perfect.
Yep. Right, that's it.
Well,
that's my play.
I probably should have went first, even though I would have had the same play that I've had in my mind this whole time. But I like defense. Everybody knows that. Angel went ahead and took the best defensive play of the game by far from me. But even if I did go first, this is the play I would pick, and I'm gonna catch some people off guard with this one. I'm I'm not proud of it. Yes, I am talking about Dawson Knox. But I'm not talking about one of the 2 touchdowns. I am talking about the play that he got down at the 1-yard line,
Why?
where he could, if he wouldn't have got tapped, he would have had his 3rd touchdown right there. But if you go back and you watch that play, it wasn't Josh Allen's best pass. He put it in a great position to be caught, but it wasn't his best pass. The effort that Dawson Knox had to do in that entire sequence, not just to get open, not just to body his way into the trajectory of that ball.
If I'm mistaken, he had Jackson on him for that one too, right?
J.C. Jackson.
Yep. Wow.
That's another point, but just the hands that he showed on that, and then to fall forward and everything about that play. All of you people listening know I'm the last person to give Dawson Knox any credit, and an argument could be made for the first Bills touchdown because how he came down with that was pretty outrageous too. But that's my favorite play of the game, and I hate it because it's Dawson Knox. But maybe we'll start to get some consistency out of him.
Honestly, like I would say this, like if I had a second choice, my second choice would be the first Dawson Knox touchdown. Like, let's say hypothetically, it was a throwaway. Dawson Knox was not having that. Like, he was not having it. He was like, no, we're not giving up on this play. He went up there for that. He went up and snatched that right off the air and then brought it down and still stood in bounds.
Yep.
Because I mean, if you look at the way Josh Allen threw it, it looked like his typical throwaway type of like throw, like flick it, that's it. But
he made it look so effortless with
it also could be just Josh Allen just being Josh Allen, just like whatever. Okay, here you go. So Patriots, easy catch. It's like it's honestly yeah. My God, it's just incredible,
Yeah,
just freaking incredible.
That was Dawson Knox's best game as a Buffalo Bill by far, in my opinion.
I still think the first Kansas City meetup was the best one, but I mean, he had a similar catch like that in the Kansas City game where he like went up, like, and he came down. Actually, I think that was probably even higher. He like came down, falling on his back for that one. But yeah. Even though he did the same thing. Actually, it's about the same thing actually. But
I mean, there's a reason why you watch Jordan Poyer run up to Dawson Knox during almost every game and say best in league. I'm going to respectfully disagree with that. But he sees him more than I do.
Honestly, I'm happy that we have a tight end that is, I think, pretty much for the most part, and you may not agree with it, but has been consistent as far as at least touchdowns. He's been pretty dang consistent when it came to touchdowns. He's there when he needs to be. I mean, we can talk about his drop passes here and there and stuff like that. He hasn't really had that much drop passes this year. Let's be honest. We can count him probably with one hand as far as how many drop passes he truly does have. All jokes aside, Dawson Knox has actually been a secret dark horse player for us this year. Did not expect it because I was always the one that was always talking about, hey, we should get a tight end. So I'm not saying that when we joke about it, but I'm very happy the way he's emerged to be a reliable red zone target for Josh Allen. And even deep passes, I mean, sometimes he gets some pretty. I mean, the fact that he had Jackson on him, the best quarterback, Pro Bowl quarterback over here, and he just like, man, looks silly as hell. It's like, what else? It's. I'm happy.
Just to pour a little bit more salt into these Patriot fans,
please.
Just because that's what we're not humble. when it comes to talking about the Patriots at all. Think back to free agent signings last year.
Oh my god!
New England.
Do not get me started with that. Don't get me
New, Eng-
started with that.
New England went ahead and signed Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry to support their rookie quarterback.
Zero. A big fat goose egg.
Those are your guys you brought in. You brought in those two guys to help your quarterback.
Your rookie quarterback.
They had a couple of good games throughout the season. This is the playoffs, Bill Belichick. You're best coach ever, right? Or did Tom Brady help you with that?
I'm gonna be completely.
Did Tom Brady help you?
I think I'm gonna be completely honest. This game exposed the Patriots so much in so many different ways, down to the best narrative that I've ever heard. You ain't shit without Tom Brady.
And it's true. Like, you can't say it's because of your offense because you had the top ranked defense and the Bills scrimmaged you.
And the worst part, here's the thing that could have been the perfect Buffalo Bills game. You know why? You know how confident I am in my team? You put in Tom Brady. You replace that McCorkle kid over there. Replace McCorkle for Tom Brady. We still beat you. We still beat you bad. That's how confident I am in our team. We still beat your team. He left because he knew something was going to happen. A shift. A little change in the division. He knew it was going to happen.
Josh Allen is MVP.
Mm-hmm. Look, yeah. Josh Allen's not going to get an MVP. Most likely it's probably going to be Tom Brady because he's freaking whatever years old and doing numbers that are insane. It's probably going to be, yeah. It's and look, I'm not knocking him for that. He also has this freaking all-star freaking fantasy football team, but whatever. You still have to produce numbers yourself. You have to make those numbers yourself happen. So I'm not knocking Tom Brady. Tom Brady is in Tampa Bay. He's doing what he's doing in his age. It's impressive. I'm gonna go there. That's it. Look, I hate the Patriots. I respect Tom Brady. Okay, I'm just gonna point that out. That's what I'm gonna say.
Naturally, as Bills fans, we hate the Patriots and the Dolphins and the Jets. But when you have a good player on that team, we've pointed out good players on. I don't think we can on the Jets, but we've pointed out good players on the Patriots and the Dolphins.
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna be completely honest. Between McCorkle Jones and Wilson. Wilson's looking more like a freaking quarterback. Yeah, he takes hits, but he takes hits. He does passes. They treat him like a quarterback. At least we can give them some credit. Maybe they'll, and maybe they'll do something with that. I hope freaking they do something with him. I hope he turns out good. We need competition. We don't want to be known just like the Patriots for the past 20 years, soft-ass division. Oh, this division is a bunch of, idiots in our division. They don't know how to run teams. They just give the Patriots free wins. I don't want that. Nobody wants that. That's embarrassing. You're making it seem like the AFC East is just, a given. We get free wins. Like, no, it's not fun. There's nothing fun about that.
Regardless, now it is a given. No matter how good they get, they're not going to be on our level. But it's not a given in a sense that these teams are going to suck. I mean, Miami just fired their coach, who I thought was a good coach.
Honestly, that was confusing as hell. I don't know why they did that. I'm not gonna lie. I think he was a good coach. I think the fact that this is for the first time ever, I actually am more towards the coach than the quarterback. I would rather get rid of the quarterback over the coach, because the coach at least look. They lost 7 games, but they also won 7 games and almost made it to the playoffs. I mean, that's pretty damn impressive. And yet you kick him out like that. Like,
I don't know. But thank you, I guess.
The
Dolphins suck. You're a dumpster fire.
I think, and the worst part is that he's now the top, coach to get picked up. So now he's just going to make a different team better. And guess what? You're going to face that team and you're gonna regret what you just did.
Yeah. Oh, he'll remember that.
Oh, he's gonna remember that. Hell yeah. Why wouldn't you? But
Yeah.
anyway,
But yeah,
anyway.
we could spend hours and hours and hours belittling, berating, and just talking shit about
So
our division rivals.
I have something that's controversial. And some people may not agree with it, but I'm gonna put it out there, and you go with you.
Curious.
Yeah, you go with it as you will, including comments. It's not ethical what I'm about to say, but
Listen up, comments.
okay. So the season, a lot of people thought we were gonna go 13. We can win 13 games and whatever and stuff like that. So, um, okay. That's what we thought. We thought we had them pretty high as far as wins. Um, but here's what I think happened. This is a strategy that I agree with. You know why? Because of what happened last year. So last year, I think after the Arizona game, we won like 7 consecutive regular season games, and then leading into the playoffs. Then we won 2 playoff games afterwards. Those 2 playoff games weren't that great. Let's be completely honest. They were kind of they weren't like what we did in the regular season. We won because we were better team at the time, but we didn't win as the way we did in previous weeks. Like dominating the Jets, dominating the Patriots, dominating Denver, destroying teams. That didn't happen in the playoffs. Then we got Kansas City in the AFC Championship. And I think we overdid it, or the book was out. Everything we did, you have a whole year of footage and stuff that we did, and Kansas City simply just took that and this. Okay, we're gonna remember that. We're gonna remember that. We're gonna remember that. He does this a lot. He does this a lot. He does this a lot. This is their weakness. This is what they do. Okay, because that's what a championship team does. Why wouldn't you try to win a chess match? Especially if you know what your opponent's tendencies are, you know. So, I think that's what happened last year. Is that we got hot mid-season. We kind of like played our cards off the bat, and then kind of the Colts almost exposed us. Let's be honest, that was a close game. It wasn't even close to being a blowout. And the Ravens were like, okay, whatever, again, just look at how the playoffs played out, and look at how the regular season played out. It was like 2 different teams. That's because these teams also are not stupid. They're smart teams. They are going to look at what you've done and try to counter it. They tried and failed until we went against Kansas City. Now, here's the thing about this season. I think, again, I don't think people are going to believe me when I say this, but I think, and I think my ultimate proof is what happened against New England this past game. I think the Bills were holding back. They wanted to put a limited amount of stuff throughout the whole year. Let the talent, specifically just the talent, try to carry us to the playoffs. And then something happened in that halftime game when it started to become desperate mode. And that's when I think they started to unleash their original their plans, their actual game plans to destroy teams. Because let's be honest, they came out that halftime game, or after halftime, it was a dramatically different team. Dramatically
The Tampa game.
The Tampa game. Halftime of the Tampa game, dramatically different team. And then after that, they just started to open up a little bit. And that's when they started racking wins. And then I had a conversation with Brian's mom. I'm like, how much you want to bet that you're going to see a lot of last year's stuff into this year's this game? You can't tell me a lot of that happened. How many deep balls? How many deep balls did Josh Allen throw this game? Quite a bit. A lot to Allen, a lot to Emmanuel Sanders, and lots of McKenzie. Speaking of McKenzie, what did we do a lot last year with McKenzie?
That's sweet.
Sweeps. Guess what we did? A lot of sweeps. Did we do sweeps before? Very little. Very tiny bit. We just unleashed all of them. Well, not all of them, but most of them. I think they held back. They let the talent carry them to an 11-6 record, and then now we're unleashing everything. Literally everything. The whole shebang bang is coming out now, and that's when. Because the thing is, that let's be like, and I've said this all year. The real season begins now. You can have all the wins and stuff like that. That means nothing. Ask the Colts how that works. Anyway, you have all the wins possible. You have do this. You can do great, fantastic stuff. Means nothing if you don't go in the playoffs. Means nothing if you don't make it to the AFC Champion. Means nothing if you don't make it to the Super Bowl. And I think they're holding back. And there you go. I think they held back, and then they decided to unleash, say, around at least a little bit after desperation time when they were getting their asses kicked by Tampa Bay in the first half. So I think they held back, and then they're releasing everything now. And I think my proof is in this past game, because they did a lot of things that we wondered why they're not doing. You have a guy with a great ass arm. Why are you not passing it deep? Didn't really do it that much this season. The proof is in the pudding. I'm just saying. So I think they held back until now, and then now they're unleashing the whole entire shebang bang.
That's definitely a interesting hot take, if you will. Wow.
And to be completely honest, let's be honest here. New England has done the same thing. And can we say that's not a formula to get to consistent playoffs? Consistent Super Bowls? I mean, 6 Super Bowls in the X amount of years? I mean,
So to kind of process what you were saying and break it down a little bit, you made a comment about letting our talent kind of coast us as we go.
Pretty much.
I mean, Josh Allen is an undeniable talent. How many record-breaking statistics have we put up about him when it comes to running and throwing throughout the season? So to add to that, we haven't had the wide receiving core that we do this year. Emmanuel Sanders was a huge addition. Cole Beasley doing his thing. Gabe Davis hasn't been used as much as I would like, but he's been doing his thing. And then obviously Stephon Diggs' his second year. So there is the talent on the offensive side of the ball, in particular in this discussion, to make an argument for what Angel's saying. If I were to play devil's advocate, I would say something along the lines of, yeah, why hold back? Why risk it?
I think yeah, that's true. Why hold back? It's a risky thing. But the thing is that if you have the talent and you have like a minimal, I'm saying you put out crap during the season, but we were wondering what happened to the stuff we usually run into. I'm not saying,
Josh Allen.
Okay, let's be completely honest too. Everyone predicted a regression. And technically speaking, he did regress by minuscule stats, like very tiny stats.
Interceptions were definitely a regression, but
yeah, it's smaller. But the thing is, I think that they trusted in their roster as they should, and I think it carried them to where we are now. A, the combination of a fully fledged, because the thing is, we always gave compliments to Dable. We always gave compliments to Dable. But like, he's very creative. But it was, let's be completely honest. The majority of the season was not creative. It was very cookie cutter stuff. It was very basic stuff,
Yeah.
and and I always questioned it. Like, what is going on? It's like we have essentially the same team. There's no reason we should be going through what we're going through,
Yeah.
unless we're holding it back, or we're limiting the playbook. You're
Yeah.
limiting the amount of stuff you expose yourself, and you just trust your talent to execute these specific plays in miraculous ways. Like, take these
Until now.
basic plays and make them great, and then when the great plays come out, make them spectacular. And that's, I think, what happened this past game. Our normal jet sweeps were amazing this past game. These end rounds were just out of my, like, McKenzie was like, he had all the freaking. It's like the O line just decided to wake the f up. That one play with Mitch Morse just leading the charge, as freaking McKenzie's just like, yeah, this is pretty easy. I like this. It's like,
That's
you
a
know,
good one.
it's honestly, it's like you didn't see that this pretty much this whole season, and I think it's because they were holding back, and now we're unleashing everything because you know why. Do you know why, Brian? Because there's a certain opponent that we just always run into.
Well, that's one thing that I was gonna segue into, but you got us there. But before we do that, this was definitely an interesting take by Angel. So
Mhm.
anybody that's listening, we want to hear what you think about that, because I'm curious to hear what the listeners think, because
I mean,
there's argument for it. So
I'm saying this because the Patriots did the same thing. How many times every year when Brady and the Patriots have these slumps in the beginning of the season and then turn up? Think about it. Almost
yeah,
every year, everyone's like, "Oh, Patriots are dead. Their record's not that great." And then next thing you know, they're in the playoffs again.
yeah,
And it's the same thing. And I think we're just taking something that Patriots done for little decades, and we're gonna implement it ourselves. You know why? There's something wrong with that. If you trusted your team enough to get you to 11-6 in a basic playbook, and then unleash everything at the right time, we just so happen to get hot around playoff times.
it is really an interesting take. It really is.
Oh, guess
With that
who?
being
Guess who also just happened to get hot around the playoff times? Cincinnati.
Schroeder.
Well,
Oh
since
yeah,
I'm talking about
that's true.
Cincinnati, they had a bit. They actually, it's funny how they actually are pretty similar to us. They got hot in the beginning, then kind of slumped down, and then they got hot around the same time as we did. Who knows if Cincinnati's doing the same thing? Why wouldn't they? You know. So, yeah.
Yeah. Let us know what you think about that, because it's a cool take. But with that being said, Angel, with this new hot take that you have, how is this going to translate to our next opponent in the divisional round?
So,
The
here's
Kansas City
well,
Chiefs.
let's go around the NFL real quick. Let's get on the NFL real quick. All right, let's just break it down for the first game of the weekend. It was Las Vegas versus Cincinnati. It was actually it was a pretty much of a blowout for the most part of the game, and then Las Vegas started coming back really fast. Um, until the very last drive, Carr was like, it's just like their play their plays was just not there. Like, you start questioning, like, what the hell were you doing? You literally had them in the edge of like, I think they were literally one touchdown away from tying the game. They were at the, I think, the 10-yard line, and it was like some weird pass. Kind of reminded me of like that interception that Butler did With
Yeah.
it's exact same thing. They got interception right in the end zone. So it was like it's kind of weird, but anyway, that happened. Cincinnati moves on. They break the 31 year playoff drought or playoff win drought, and yeah, that's nuts. 31 years. Whew. I mean, we went through 18 years of not having the playoffs. I mean, imagine not winning a game. Literally, that's your identity for years. You make it to the playoffs, but you just never get past it for 31 years. Holy crap! That's my lifespan. Anyway, we know what happened against New England, so we don't have to go there. Tampa Bay, boy, I think Mother Nature saved their asses. I told people, I'm like, if it's raining, if the weather is as bad as what they say, I wouldn't have been surprised if Philly won that game. But just so happened, nice and bright sunny day for Tom O'Brady. And they won 31-15. So Philly gets eliminated from the playoffs. Not so shocker. San Francisco 23-17 against Dallas. With a very somewhat ish kind of ish controversial last play. Looking at it, it kind of looked like the ref was being a bit of a, bit handsy. I would say. I would agree that the ref kind of messed up at the time, but look, this is the number 7 seed. What the hell happened? Dallas, you can do better than that. It shouldn't take a weird ref thing for this game to be what it was. So took the L. Hey, San Francisco move forward. San Francisco was getting hot. I think I chose San Francisco. Didn't I choose San Francisco? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, because they were getting hot in the end, and they're getting their players back too. So it's like San Francisco is not a team to mess with. So anyway, moving on. Goddamn. You know how we said it was going to be a bye week for Kansas City? Well, it was glorified bye week. They beat Pittsburgh 42-21. Do not think the 21 had anything to do with. They were destroying them way beforehand. Mind you, though, what was not that game was perfect. Unlike the Bills game, Kansas City game was not perfect. They actually had a very, very sketchy first quarter. Such a sketchy first quarter that it took Mahomes to score 4 touchdowns. Was it 4 touchdowns or 5 touchdowns in 11 minutes? Whatever. It took that for them to stop Pittsburgh from doing these weird, funky plays. Now, everyone's comparing. Well, actually, let me hold on. Arizona laid a goose egg on against the Rams. No shocker there. So the Rams move on to the next divisional round. Yeah, divisional round. So they'll be facing Tampa, yeah. I think they'll win that game, but we'll move on. We'll do picks at the end. Speaking of 42-21, our next opponent, Kansas City. See, a lot of people are comparing our game to their game. And the funny thing is that I think Kansas City kind of knew. They're like, wow, look what Buffalo did. Well, we got glorified, but we might as well see if we can just do the same thing, right? Look, Kansas City. It's like you just looked at us like, oh, hold on, we'll try to do better. Nice try. Keyword, try. Didn't quite do it. Against a 23rd ranked defense. 23rd. I mean, come on. It's impressive. 5 touchdowns in 11 minutes. It shouldn't even came to that point. Try scoring consecutive touchdowns, and then we'll talk. Okay? Everyone's comparing our game to their game. Like, oh, Kansas City answered back. They didn't answer back. That's not an answer back. Get out of here. So, do that against a better. You got a glorified bye week, okay? Get out of here. You know,
Yep.
it's just not. Stop that. Stop that. How many Pro Bowlers are in Pittsburgh? That's what I thought. Oh,
Hmm.
one player. I think Watt. And
Yep.
Watt was sus that game too. So whatever. Anyway, Kansas City, Brian.
Oh boy.
Kansas City. We can talk about the cliches of Diggs holding his head, looking at Kansas City celebrate as they go to the Super Bowl. We can talk about that, or we could talk about what actually happened this year. That was a beatdown
It was.
at our worst. At our worst. That's the.
And
Remember what I said earlier today, literally minutes ago, about us being light? You lost to our light mode. You lost to our easy mode. Really? I mean, come on. Are we forgetting this? Think about what I said. Easy mode Bills. You went against easy mode Bills and lost badly. We destroyed you in your own home. I mean,
yep.
and now McDermott and Dable are like kind of like twiddling their fingers, like, oh, now the plan comes together. Everything comes together now. Now we unleash the hounds. I think this is what's going to happen. I think this is going to happen. You see the score that is in front of you right now? I wouldn't be surprised if it ain't different. Why would it be different? What's Kansas City's ranked defense again? Like
8.
mid 8. Really 8?
Yeah, I'll read off their defensive stats for you.
I thought they were like 12th or something, like middle of the league, something like that. I know they got improved
Well,
with some players.
they are in like points allowed 8.
Oh,
Overall 14.
that's what I thought. Middle of the ground.
So, their defense in yards given up, they are ranked 27th. In passing yards given up, they are ranked 27th.
Mm.
In pass completions allowed, they are ranked 24th.
Mm.
In passing touchdowns allowed, they are ranked 16th.
I'm salivating right now.
In rushing touchdowns allowed, they are ranked 17th. In overall touchdowns allowed, they are ranked 16th. It's middle of the pack here. I don't know what to tell you. We just played against the number 2 ranked defense where all of those stats that I just read off to you were in the top 10. All of these 20, 17, and we just hung 47
On the number 2 defense.
On the number 2 defense, Pats Nation. Stand up. Is this your king?
Try to stand up.
Try.
I mean, you absolutely got fucked by Josh Allen. I know it's really hard at the day after,
But yeah, just reading off these defensive rankings for you here and realizing what we did to a better defense.
Mm-hmm.
And then you throw in the fact that Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Brian Daboll, Coach McDermott, all of the above. Remember what happened in last year's playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
That win in regular season.
That was nice.
It was nice. It was good. That wasn't our revenge game.
They know that too. They acknowledged it after the game. They're like, this is not the game. This is not the game. This is not the game that we wanted.
Nope.
They know what game they want. And can we all talk about how much of a travesty this is a divisional game? This game is a divisional game. Not an AFC championship, a divisional game. You stole that from us.
Mm-hmm.
Pittsburgh, you stole that from us. When we go against you next year, oh boy.
Yeah.
You can beat that. You stole that from us, Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Remember that. Anyways.
But yeah, just like we remember what happened in last year's AFC Championship game.
If Kansas City thinks that we're going to play the same way, because let's be honest, that game was super conservative, super safe. It's like, or they countered everything we had right off the bat because we showed our hand, I think. But I think also had to do with the coach. Our coach was playing soft. We were playing soft. Not this time. No. If you think for a second that we're going to play the same way that we played last year, oh boy, I hope you have the same mentality. I'm going to tell you what I told the Patriots fans. Please have that same mindset that you had in the last game. Please have that same mindset because that will be your downfall. You will end up like the Patriots if you come in like we're a competitor, not something you just push over. Because we're clearly not pushovers anymore.
I can't sit idly by anymore. I'm done. Listen.
Hold on. Go ahead. Start your thing. I'm gonna get some.
You can have whatever mindset you want coming into this game. Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City, Andy Reid, all of you. Whatever mindset you want. You can think of us as your little brothers that you own, I guess. Even though we did come into your house and whoop your ass in the regular season. Not going to let that one go. At the same time, we remember the image of Stephon Diggs sitting there watching you celebrate your trip to the Super Bowl. We remember that. I want you to be confident. I want the best possible Kansas City that you can possibly be. Come with the perfect game plan. Come with a Bill Belichick level game plan.
Hold on. One second. I want you to get in the mode. I'm going to just share this real quick so you can listen and get really into it. I want you to get really into this one.
Oh boy.
Okay, listen. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Like I said, pick whatever motivates you. Pick it. Pick your background music, if you will. Because this defense is the top-ranked defense in the league. We weren't at that level when we played you the first time around. We are now. And we're doing it without our top corner. I don't care if you've got Tyreek Hill. I don't care that you've got Travis Kelce. I don't care about your running backs, and I definitely don't give a damn about Patrick Mahomes. Our defensive line does, though. Anybody who's blitzing him does, though. You got a target on your back, Patty. Hills D's coming. That's all I've got to say.
Oh no, it ain't over yet. It ain't over yet.
Because we've got Josh Allen on our squad. We've got Devin Singletary turning up at the right time, the perfect time. We've got our offensive line not allowing a single sack against the number 2 defense in the league. When your crap team only gives up what? You're ranked 28 in sacks in the league, and you think you're going to get the Josh Allen? Bring your A game. Bring it, because Josh Allen's going to bring his. Stephon Diggs is going to bring his. This is going to be his game. He's going to eat your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You're getting table scraps. You're getting nothing. Your reign in the AFC is over.
Over.
It's Bills time. Bills Mafia, baby.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, it's not over yet. I got something to say. I got something to say. Let's wait for this next track to start. All right. Let's move it up a little bit. Okay. So, Kansas City. Look. This season was great. It was fantastic. You guys had a little slump in the beginning, and so did we. Everyone's like, hey, that game earlier this season, that wasn't the same Kansas City. No. That wasn't the same Kansas City. This is a different team. We got better. You know, we're not the same. Well, you know what? We're also not the same. We're not the same team that you ran into in week 5. Not for a long shot. This team has woken up. Tampa Bay has switched something that you just wouldn't want to run into. The herd has been, the gates have been opened. They're just rushing through. They're just gonna continuously run. And now we're gonna, this Sunday night, NFL knows how big this game is. They chose it to be the marquee game for everyone in the whole world to see. And what's gonna happen is we're gonna see Kansas City eat crow. Stephon Diggs is going to have the game of his career. It's gonna make the Minnesota Miracle look like absolute dog shit. There's not gonna be no miracles done for Kansas City at all. Pat Mahomes, it was nice to have this rain. Thank you for taking out New England and stuff. You had your time. The time is JA17. Remember this. 50 burger.
Oh! Drop the mic. Just drop it on the
I can't
floor.
drop it. It's got levitating. So.
Drop it.
Okay. It's
Wow.
not dropping.
I kind of like how, like, you know this song so well that you just waited to say 50 burger until the ding, 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 ding.
Actually, I did not know this
50
song. I did not know this song. I wouldn't be surprised with 50 burger. I wouldn't be surprised.
Let's jump right into predictions and let's let the chat, the comments, you guys give us a prediction also. But go ahead, Angel. Obviously, the Bills are scoring 50. So, what's your
Okay,
score?
okay. I was kind of joking about the 50 part. It's gonna be around like 30, high 30s, low 40s. I truly think. I said 50 because I wanted to add the sting to it. You know, a little sting to it. But honestly, there's no reason why we cannot expose that defense. Their front is going to be a problem, but their problem being in the front is also a solution for Josh Allen. That's why we have Josh Allen. Josh Allen is the anti blitzer, I guess. He can pick up blitz really well. I truly believe Diggs is going to have a hell of a game. I think that moment is good, is carrying. He's had this giant circle on the calendar for this game. He marked this one. This is going to be Diggs' game. Or here's I think this is what truly is going to happen. They think it's going to be the Kansas City Chiefs are going to think it's going to be this game because of what happened. It's going to be a mind game, and then someone else is going to flourish. Gabe Davis is going off. Gabe Davis is going off this game. I would say they're going to unleash the whole entire playbook for this. They could. I think they should. Because why wouldn't you? Because what's next after that? Who's next after that? Cincinnati or Tennessee? Which you were literally only one score away from winning against Tennessee. A trip. 9 times out of 10, we win that game in the end. Are you gonna be able to stop our team? Even if you know what we're gonna do? Are you gonna be able to stop? Bill Belichick couldn't. We'll make sure that you can.
Yeah. So,
So I'm saying final score 37-21.
37-21.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. That's fair. Obviously, we had some pent up aggression to let out on the New England Patriots.
They're no different, honestly. Kansas City is no different.
This is absolutely no different. Kansas City is about to get wrecked, for lack of a better term. I'm hoping to be able to emphasize that and use more synonyms next week during our podcast, but they're gonna get wrecked. I don't think you were that far off with your 50 burger, because New England knows what happens when we play with a chip.
Oh, we
You,
get the
you give
biggest chip.
you give us any reason to play with that extra spark, that's what happens. New England knows. You're gonna find out, Kansas City. It's about to be 47-14.
Woo! Damn. Like I said, the only thing again, the only thing that worries me is that I wish we had um White. We're gonna have moments. I'm gonna tell you this right now. We're gonna have moments where we're gonna be like, we miss White because let's be honest here. You got Hill, you got Kelsey, and you got the two freaking random people that just decided to pop off in their team. So it's like Pringle or whatever. Uh, you know, we're gonna have moments where we'll be like, oh crap, we kind of wish we had him. But I think at the end of the day, I don't think the defense are going to be as dominant. It's going to be tough for our
Well,
defense.
the Bills' defensive motto, we've heard them say it in post game interviews all season long, is bend but don't break.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do. They're not going to break. They're going to bend, not going to break.
So, and it's been working. We're the top ranked defense for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
If we play bend but don't break against this team, it won't be any different, especially when you got a Josh Allen.
The keys. Okay, so I guess we're going to do keys to the game type of thing. Keys to the game.
Real quick, Becky says 41-20 Bills.
All right. I dig it.
Like it.
I dig it.
I like it.
Keys to the game. Don't play soft.
No, we are coming for Patrick Mahomes.
Yes, don't play soft. No, I'm talking about the offense. Don't play like you did last year. Don't play soft. Do not play soft. Do exactly what you did to the do exactly what you did to the Patriots. Why couldn't that work? I don't see why any reason. I don't see why it wouldn't work. Another thing, try to contain Kelsey. He's a pain in the ass.
It was Tyreek Hill, but
look, you can rack all the yards as possible. If it means no touchdowns, I'm fine with that. That when it comes to Kelsey, he has the power to literally drag people with him. So Kill Hill can't. He's a small little whatever. So
listen, like that's a good key.
And we do have Milano, mind you. We are healthier than last year too, in every category. We don't have Diggs with a shoulder issue. We don't have Beasley fighting a leg injury or whatever, and we have I think Brown was also somewhat injured too in that game too, and we didn't have Milano. We have Milano this time. Just saying.
Yep.
Healthiest we've ever been.
That's going to be the main key to the game is not playing soft. That's the only key to
the game. We cannot play soft. We cannot. If we play aggressive like we've done in the past with like the Patriots both times, if we play not scared, there's no reason why the outcome shouldn't be anything close to what we said so far. No reason.
No reason. All three predictions so far should be close to that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's maybe it's going to be a high scoring game. I think most realistic score is probably going to be like 38-27 or something like that. It's going to be a high scoring game. The fact that it's a 55 over and under, if you're not picking the over for this game, bettors, I don't know how you're not. The over is the under over is 58 points.
Listen, I think my score is the most realistic. 47-14. Last year during that playoff game, even the one before that, even the Baltimore game, I had this like sense of worry. Like, what are we gonna do? I don't know if I like our chances, but I don't know. I could not be more confident going into this game. I'm not cocky by any stretch. I'm not saying that Kansas City's a chump team because they're not. But what we did in the last 5 weeks, I guess, of the season, winning all those games, and what we just did to New England, and how everything is just clicking, all cylinders. If this starts a new season, if the playoff starts a new season, we have the top ranked offense and the top ranked defense.
Yep. And we walked into the season or into the new season with a top ranked defense and offense.
So why would you not be confident? Yeah, they have Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, they have Travis Kelce. Yeah, they have Tyreek Hill. Who cares? Honestly, if Josh Allen puts on a performance like he did last game, it doesn't matter.
I'm not gonna lie. I think 30 can actually catch up to him too.
So,
yeah. I think 30 can catch up to Hill. I think he's a fast dude.
I don't think anybody can catch up to Hill.
No. I mean, like he can, like I think the problem was last year is that it was hard to catch up with him. I think 30 can catch up. I think we're underestimating his speed.
Yeah, Dane Jackson's quick. Not taking that away, but
yeah.
The free safety is going to get some play during those deep ones. Hyde's going to get some play. But yeah, just nobody should be afraid of this team. In all honesty, just don't go into this game with any fear. Go into it with confidence. If you're a Bills fan, your team is the top ranked offense and the top ranked defense. There is no reason why we can't just whoop up on Kansas City. None whatsoever. So be confident going into this game and have fun with it. Don't be scared. And that's the same mindset the Bills should be. Don't be scared of this team. Yeah, they've been the cream of the crop in the AFC for years, but that's the past. This is this year. So that's all I'm saying. That's my key to the game also. Don't be afraid of this team.
Yep.
There's a difference between playing soft and being afraid. There's no reason to do that. Just whoop their ass. That's all you gotta do. Go out and execute.
Yep.
That's all I got to say on the matter.
That's pretty much it right there.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, a lot of the topics that we covered, we definitely want to hear from you guys. So yeah, let's talk about it on our social media platforms. We thank everybody that joined us today. We appreciate everybody that couldn't come in, but it's listening on later on. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, tell your wife, tell your kids, tell your friends to tell their friends. It's playoff time, baby. It's heating up.
Hell yeah.
It is heating up. And we are going to hopefully be back with you next week, just pouring salt on Chiefs fans. Just like Pat's Nation got that heat. They got the hands. We want to give some hands to Chiefs Kingdom. So
by the way,
I'm looking forward
by the way, Cincinnati, do the damn thing. Do the damn thing. The NFL deserves Cincinnati versus the Bills.
In Buffalo.
I'm not getting ahead of myself. I was just saying, Cincinnati, do the damn thing, please. Do the NFL a favor.
Yep.
Please. Beat them. Destroy them.
Beat them. Hurt them.
Oh, picks, real quick. Picks.
Real quick. We'll pick these games and then we'll let you guys get up out of here.
All right. So we got 4 games. All right. Cincinnati versus Tennessee.
I'm picking Tennessee.
Tennessee?
I don't want to, but I just it's tough.
I don't think people look. Derrick Henry's coming back. Doesn't mean he is back. He still needs to play an actual game, and I think that's the worst thing. This is what I hope happens. They give him the same load, and it doesn't turn out the way they think it is. Why? Because rust. Rust is a real thing, especially when you come back from a serious injury like that. He was out for more than half a year, or give or take. Anyway, pretty much a whole year, or pretty much the whole year in NFL standpoint. Anyway, if they're going to just throw him in there and expect him to just explode like that, I don't think that's going to happen. That is the worst case scenario. That is the worst thing you can possibly do if you're Tennessee. If you're Tennessee, you do what you're supposed to do. What got you to the 12-5 record? What got you to the number one seed? Do that. Do not think you just throw Henry in. I hope you do that though, because I really want to see Tennessee lose.
Well, my reason for this being such a hard game to pick has nothing to do with Tennessee at all. It's which Cincinnati are we going to see?
Yeah.
I think Cincinnati has the potential to mess around with anybody on offense.
Yeah.
And their defense ain't no joke either. It's not they make some
No,
turnovers.
they're top 10 in overall statistics. Yeah, top 10 defense and top 10 offense.
Me personally, I think it's the experience factor, and that's why I see Tennessee beating Cincinnati. So
yeah, but you say that. What is Tennessee's experience though?
Postseason.
Losing in the first round.
Postseason.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's. I think we had the discussion about postseason, and that went out the window when Cincinnati won a postseason game
against the Raiders. Raiders are a joke.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Cincinnati. I think they're going to be due for their electric offense. I think their offense is going to pop off, and what better way to do it against Tennessee's defense?
Yeah. It could go either way. Honestly, it's a really tough one to pick. But
so you got Tennessee, I guess Cincinnati. We'll see how that works. We're hoping. Pretty much all Bills Mafia is hoping it's Cincinnati, so then we get a home game. And boy, I don't know. I don't want to go that far, but Jesus. Anyways, San Francisco versus Green Bay. I think it's going to be
5:30.
It's going to be Green Bay. Yeah, it's going to be Green Bay.
5:30.
Green Bay. It's not going to slouch like Cowboys did. They're not. They're just not. The Rams versus Tampa Bay. I'm saying Rams. They're especially now, although Beckham's not popping off. No, shit. Good luck. Good luck.
Tough. That one's gonna be the another tough one to pick.
I'm saying Rams. There's no way.
My gut instinct says Tampa. I'm going Tampa.
Okay. And of course, we already chose.
We picked our game.
Yeah, we already. I'm going with the underdog pick. I guess everyone's against me. We'll see how that goes. We'll know all the results before our game starts, so that's a good thing about that. We'll know everything. The AFC and NFC playoff championship will be set. Yep. Well, not set, but it'll be pretty much the last game will be ready to go when our game is up. So that's gonna be exciting. We'll already know who the opponent will be. We'll find out if it's a home game or not. All that will be found out by the time our game starts. So that's going to be exciting.
Very exciting.
All right.
But yeah, like we said earlier, thanks for joining us. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, post, comment, do it all. All of it.
Yeah.
That being said, go Bills. Patrick Mahomes, we're coming for you.
Anyway, you guys have a good one.